All right, welcome everybody to our 5th Copilot Newsroom of the year of 2025, where we focus on exciting new updates to Microsoft 365 Copilot. As you know, we've created this series to help you stay in the loop of the ever-changing Copilot, as well as how it interacts with your Microsoft 365 apps. Today, we are going to cover the latest updates, try to answer some of the questions that you may have, so please feel free to drop those in the chat. And we want to help you maximize the value of Copilot within your organization. We'll dedicate each time in each session to answer your questions at the end. So we encourage you to actively participate, comment if you have any surprising reactions to any new features. We really appreciate it. Great. Without further ado, my name is Kellen McLeod. I'm an adoption change management consultant here at Valorem Reply. I'll pass it over to my colleague Lee to introduce himself.
Hi everybody, my name's Lee. I'm a Microsoft 365 consultant at Reply and excited to dig into some of our Wave 2 Spring Release news. I'll hand over to Will.
Yep. Thanks, Lee. Working alongside Lee, Kellen, and Alex, also a senior Microsoft consultant, and happy to talk about some Copilot updates with you guys today.
Great. And Alex is here as well as usual. Before we dive into content, most of you know who we are here at Valorem Modern Work, where our world really revolves around Microsoft 365 and its ecosystem. We have a couple of different designations, and we are a large community of change managers that utilize the ADKAR and ProSci methodology to drive transformation. We're really interested in learning about how Copilot could work for you in your organization. So if you have any questions about Copilot or how to get started, we're really interested in meeting you where you are in your journey with Copilot. So please reach out to us. Feel free to email us if you have any questions. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. First up, as usual, we have end user capabilities with me. I'll pass it over to Lee and Will to go through agent metrics and availability, as well as Copilot control systems. Great. As promised, coming up for end user capabilities, we have a couple of updates to the Microsoft 365 Copilot app first. It is intended to be a hub for AI use where you can access everything all in one place. It has the ease of the access of Copilot pages, as well as the productivity of apps and files and features such as enterprise search, secure AI chat, agents, and content creation. So it's really just a hub for all of these things in one place. The updated version of the Microsoft 365 Copilot app is currently rolling out this month, so keep an eye out for it. Sticking with the Copilot app for a couple of slides, the new feature Create will unlock design and content creation skills for you. You'll be able to easily modify or customize brand images, generate AI images aligned to your company's approved brand guidelines, and create everything from marketing copy to social assets to newsletter banners and surveys, or videos from PowerPoint presentations, and much more. So I'll definitely be interested to see how this feature takes its shape amongst the others. Another update to the Copilot app is Copilot Notebooks, which allow you to pull together a wide range of content such as your notes, documents, websites, meeting recordings. It then grounds Copilot on your notebook to give you the most relevant actions and insight while it scans your source material to update in real time your content. So another update on top of this as well is that these notebooks will be able to create a podcast style overview of your content. It sounds like two hosts that walk through that content in a discussion like format, highlighting those key points of your notes. So I think this is a really interactive way to go through content. So just like I previously mentioned, generating those audio overviews is a main update this month. Looking at how to engage in your content through audio. You'll be able to turn your documents as well as your meetings and files into a listening experience. Really brings the content to life for you. It can include insightful commentary, connections between topics in a specific document or files, in a lively banter format. So you'll be able to choose how you want to listen by selecting one speaker or two. You can adjust the style from concise to more playful and tailor the length of that quote-unquote podcast. This capability will be integrated directly into your familiar tools that you use every day, such as OneDrive, Outlook, Teams, Word, and your Copilot notebooks. So it'll be able to integrate directly where you work. It's going to be essentially ready wherever and whenever you need it. So this helps you review files in a more fun way. So really excited for that one. A highly requested feature in terms of prioritizing an inbox was requested for Microsoft. With Copilot, you'll be able to prioritize your inbox. What it will do is provide a short summary of your email's importance in the actual message on the left in the reading pane, as well as above the email, typically where the Summarize with Copilot feature appears. Emails will be sorted and filtered by the designated priority. This update will primarily appear in Outlook for the web, as well as New Outlook, similar to other Copilot and Outlook updates. You can also choose to have Copilot mark your emails as low priority or high priority based on content, sender, or subject. So really excited for this one as well. Another really exciting update is that it will be more easy to bring in photos directly into your prompting conversation with Copilot. This will appear in Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. You will be able to transform your visual data into actionable insights without the whole hassle of emailing an image, downloading, and then uploading that image into the prompt pane. To do this, you can simply open a document on your desktop or in the web app. Click Copilot from the typical upper right-hand corner. Open the prompt box, select that plus button or the Add an Image button, and then select Upload from Phone. What will happen is a QR code will appear for you to scan with your mobile device, enabling you to quickly snap a new picture or upload one that you already have existing in your gallery. Once uploaded, for example, if you want to upload photos of handwritten notes, whiteboard sketches, or receipts, PDFs, these will appear in that Copilot chat pane where you can ask it to extract information, process text, summarize that information in the image, or answer any questions or ask any questions that you may have about that image, all while keeping that workflow seamless and efficient. This feature has been rolling out in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint on the desktop app as well as the web, so keep an eye out for that one. A couple multilingual capabilities for Copilot in Teams are on the horizon. Microsoft is introducing a new control for meeting organizers to enable multilingual meetings. When this feature is enabled, each meeting participant can choose their own spoken language and translation language. Meeting organizers will see a new control in meeting options called quote unquote enable multilingual speech recognition. This the meeting transcript and the intelligent meeting recap will accurately reflect each participant's spoken language of choice. This feature is still developing, so be patient as it still updates. But in addition to this, intelligent meeting recap also now supports multilingual meetings, ensuring that you can easily catch up on key discussions even when multiple languages are being spoken during a meeting. So after the meeting, the recap will be automatically populated as well as the AI meeting notes. And then those notes can be generated into the translation language the user has selected for live transcription and captions during the meeting. So very interesting, especially in terms of accessibility. Copilot is really helping accommodate different languages. Another update for Copilot in Teams meetings is that it will be able to analyze content that is being shared on the screen. So previously, Copilot was unable to digest or really reason over images, but since it's developing its AI's capabilities, it will enable deeper insights into the meeting and ensure that no meeting details go missed. You can ask Copilot to summarize or find specific information from content that is being shared on screen, not only written in text. So it'll be able to reason over those images that are projected in the meeting as well as in the chat. You can simply ask Copilot about which products had the highest sales in the presentation. This will work for any content that a user shares or presents during that meeting, including documents or slides, spreadsheets, websites, even irrespective of that platform or app. So you can just share your screen and Copilot should be able to understand what image is on there. It will also be able to consolidate insights across both the conversation in the chat as well as the information on the screen. So maybe asking Copilot, what was the feedback per slide during the meeting? Additionally, you may ask Copilot to draft new content based on the entire meeting with a prompt such as rewrite the paragraph shared on the screen that incorporates feedback from the chat. So yeah, it's really cool to see Copilot's visual digestion of information improving. You'll also be able to create and improve documents with Copilot in Word. It has increased its reference amount. You'll be able to reference 20 individual files as well as documents up to 1.5 million words or about 3,000 pages. You will also be able to reference an entire folder in a OneDrive. This feature rolled out back in April, so it could still be coming on its way to you. For some people who don't or may not have time to analyze text data in Excel, Copilot can now quickly identify sentiments in text, summarize themes, and provide sources for efficient validation. Copilot will then create charts or pivot tables to help users uncover deeper insights into key issues or trends from your text analysis, which helps you do, the heavy lifting. Additionally, Copilot will now support analyzing tens of thousands of rows, so you can save time and uncover deeper insights across larger text data sets. When using this feature, Copilot responds with sentiment analysis, creating a pivot chart and inserting a new sheet, helping you view those textual insights separate from the actual data, as to not to confuse you in your analysis of the actual data. One of the updates that is also still developing is that when creating a new presentation with Copilot in PowerPoint, you soon will be able to choose a template from your organization's collection for on-brand presentations. You'll be able to also select one from Microsoft's hand-picked templates. So one of the templates that Microsoft provides. However, I did investigate this feature. We cannot yet choose from our own custom PowerPoint templates. Hopefully, this feature follows this exciting update soon. The available templates must be appointed by an admin in order to access. This makes it easier to create a new presentation with the right branding just in minutes. And definitely will help save a lot of time in terms of rebranding. Additionally, to Copilot in PowerPoint, there will now be more grounding on a file options with the addition of PDF file types to create new presentations. So traditionally, it was only from Word docs, not PDFs. Narrative Builder will also pull in tables from users' grounded content into the final presentation. As users refine and edit text on slides, you will now be able to use it to rewrite and transform a paragraph into bullets directly on the slide. So helping with those fine-tuning edits. You'll also be able to create slides directly from Word documents, which is an interesting update to look for, specifically in terms of slide creation. And this will definitely help streamline the presentation making process. All right. Copilot will also now be able to surface an automatic summary of a PowerPoint presentation, giving you an opportunity to grasp key ideas before diving into details. So just like many other updates, it's going to be seen in the web version first, and this will definitely help with comprehension of materials before sifting through content slide by slide. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass it over to Lee to go through agent metrics and availability.
Thank you very much, Kellen. An absolute boatload of new end user capabilities and features winging their way to folks in tenants across the world, which is awesome to see. Today, I'm going to talk to you about some new metrics availability, some new reports that we've got available, and also talk about some new agents that are available as well. So with starting off with analytics, we now have the availability of more analytics specifically related to agents. So we may now already be familiar with the Copilot dashboard in Viva Insights, which allows us to see lots of information about uptick and usage and adoption of Microsoft 365 Copilot. Those dashboards are now being extended and expanded to include information on agents as well. So we can now see the adoption metrics related to our specific agents that are being created in the tenant. So where we have Copilot Studio agents that are in use, Viva Insights will be able to report back on their performance. So against key metrics based on those reports you're likely familiar with already in regards to the holistic Copilot for Microsoft 365, we can now see that for specific agents too. And that includes using the business impact analysis reporting as well. So where we're including various key metrics into our reporting, where you may be able to build in sort of, estimated time around the return on investment in terms of hours consumed, etc. You can now get that business impact analysis on agents as well for those agent use cases. So again, really useful for those adoption journeys and understanding how our agents that we're building on top of Microsoft 365 Copilot are having an impact within our business. So they all roll up into the metrics overview that are available, and we can see all of those common metrics that we're already looking at, things like resolution rates, satisfaction scores, and the number of agents that are also available in the tenant. And with that, we also now have more usage reporting around Copilot Chat. So this is the version of Copilot Chat that is available for folks who do not have a Microsoft 365 Copilot license. So folks who are using the more web-grounded version of Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. So that you can now understand how much of an impact that is having within your organization as well. So where the Microsoft 365 Copilot dashboard in Viva Insights gives you insight into the paid for version of the product. The Copilot Chat usage reporting in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center gives you some indication of the adoption rate of the free version, or the version that does not require that license to access. So you can see lots of familiar metrics on there in terms of the number of active users, things like how sort of active those users are on a daily basis. You can segment that by apps as well, so seeing sort of where the sort of traffic is coming from for Copilot Chat, and you'll also be able to see Copilot being used across the different services it's available from. So as well as on the web at copilot.microsoft.com, you'll be able to see where folks are using it in the Teams native experience, in Outlook, and then also available in the Copilot app on Windows as well. So you'll be able to get that great breakdown of those metrics and information. Further to that, we've got an update to what was previously called the productivity score within Microsoft 365. We're now referring to this as the AI adoption score, as there are a lot more metrics baked in related to Microsoft 365 Copilot and the things that it can do to help us with our productivity and output in the workplace. So much like the productivity score had, we have peer benchmarking. So using Microsoft's analytics and sort of the data that they have in the background, they can give you a reflection of how your organization is doing against similar sized organizations. So organizations with a similar number of headcount and other factors that are taken into account for that, you can see whether or not you are sort of on trend in terms of your adoption of AI tools and the benefits that they bring. We'll be able to see usage insights and get resources, so you can click through to understand more about how we can increase usage, how we can sort of further the adoption journey within that as well. And it allows us to use the built-in organizational messages functionality, which recently went generally available in Microsoft 365, to start perhaps promoting some features where we're not seeing the uptake and adoption that we would expect. So if we're seeing folks not really using Copilot in a certain app, we can send out messaging that encourages folks to take note of the functionality that is available to them and hopefully increase their adoption of the product at the same time as well. So you get more return for that investment and you get more value from the license. An update, something that we talked about was SharePoint agents last time around, where we were able to add our SharePoint agents to group chats within Microsoft Teams. Well, now that chat experience for SharePoint agents for a one-on-one chat is now coming to the Copilot chat interface as well. So where you would talk to Microsoft 365 Copilot in the normal way, whether that is work grounded or web grounded, where you can use things like the visual creator sort of agent and generator as well, your SharePoint agents will start to appear in here as alongside things like your Copilot chat agents and Copilot Studio agents. So really bringing together that user interface for all of our agents in all of the same places, which is fantastic to see. And with that, you will also be able to sort of mention those agents in chats one-on-one as well, so that you can have those conversations with those more knowledge-specific agents that are grounded in your SharePoint libraries. Speaking of making agents available, we now have a new agent store. So alongside the updates to the Microsoft 365 Copilot app that Kellen took you through just a little earlier, we now have a new agent store experience built into that as well. So an updated, refreshed UI for this. It's something that has been available through the Microsoft Teams client in the past, where we could pick up Teams apps as well as agents through that interface. But now there's a dedicated agent store that's available through the new Microsoft 365 Copilot interface as well. So you get an agent sort of link through to that store wherever you would find your agents in the Copilot chat experience as well in that left rail. So you can go and find new agents, pin them to your experience so you can keep them around and then be able to use them more easily. It highlights apps and agents built by Microsoft. It also has a way of bringing the apps that are, and agents that are built for your organization by your organization to the fore in the new agent store as well. So hopefully making discoverability a lot more straightforward. A new agent that is coming online within Microsoft 365 Copilot, or rather within Planner, is the new Project Manager agent. So this has been around for a little while, but now the Project Manager agent is being supercharged. So one of the great features that are coming online now for Project Manager agent in Planner is the ability to generate project update reports. So rather than you having to go through your various Planner boards and looking for updates to their various different tasks and what has changed within that project, you can now have the Project Manager agent produce this for you. So what it will do, much like you would do in a sort of longer form conversation with Microsoft 365 Copilot, it will use the Pages functionality, Copilot Pages functionality, which is built on top of Microsoft Loop, to be able to create editable reports for you within the bounds of your particular project. So very quickly, you can get from a blank page to an update report, which you can specify criteria for. So you can give the Project Manager agent an example of what the audience might be, for example, and it will bring back things like the project progress, key milestones, upcoming tasks, and save you heaps of time and save your project managers heaps of time from bringing that information together on a regular basis. So obviously you would still have a human review this and make sure that everything is accurate, but the results so far that we've seen have been really good and really positive change, which saves a lot of time each week as you are perhaps sending those updates out across from your project portfolio. So a really powerful and useful improvement. Speaking of other new agents that are coming online, in recent versions of Newsroom, we talked about Researcher and Analyst coming along. These two are now rolling out. These are what Microsoft refer to as reasoning agents, where they actually perform longer tasks for you on your behalf when you are doing research and analyst style tasks. These are really powerful, and sort of the uses that I've been able to put them through so far, I've been really impressed with the results that come out of this. So for a researcher, for example, where you need to be able to go and pull a lot of information together, whereas asking Microsoft 365 Copilot for information will give you generally very accurate and sort of good quality information from various sources grounded in your tenant. With researcher, the reasoning engine that sits behind these new agents has a little bit more time to go away and fact find. It will then do additional searches on top, where it will find one piece of information and then go and extrapolate on beyond that to go and find more relevant information and bring that together. So when it brings you back the response after a couple of moments, it is a lot more well considered and a lot more uniform based on the information that is found. And it provides you with much longer responses, which form more sort of reports based on what it has found. So rather than someone having to go through a huge number of documents and content to be able to build a report on a particular topic, researcher can do that for you in a lot less time and give you a much more robust leg up and first port of call to get you away from that blank page when you need to go and research a deeper topic. And as I say, from my uses so far on this, I've been really impressed with the output. Similarly, Analyst, and I'll just jump on the next slide as we talk this through. Analyst is more so focused around data, so you can provide spreadsheets of raw data and insights to the Analyst agent, and it will go away and again through its reasoning sort of engine. It will take a little longer to come back to you, but because it's going away and doing more deep thought and analyzing the content in a more robust way. So much like a data scientist might do, it will take that data in its initial form and go away and start trying different things with that. It will build out formulas, it will look at that data, try and find relationships and mapping between data and really understand what's going on. So it's not just taking it as face value as facts and figures, it's actually going away and understanding what the relation is within that data. So when it gives you answers back that it's analyzed, they're a lot more relevant and a lot more accurate. So it's a really powerful way of getting more insights into the data that you may have so that you can get that level of response back a lot sooner. So again, it gives you a great starting off point to be able to go and complete those analyst style tasks. And these are using sort of the later models that are available from OpenAI to power these experiences. So you will get very similar results back than what you are getting with the likes of ChatGPT and so on. So for a product that is grounded in your work data, available in the workplace, these are really powerful tools that are going to come a long way to be able to help folks out getting their jobs done and getting the information that they need. As I say, I've been really impressed with these so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of this as they mature. They're currently available in the Microsoft Frontier program, which means they are still in development, but they've started to roll out to various tenants in the last couple of weeks. And once you find these in the agent store and start chatting with them, I'm sure you'll be impressed by the outputs as well. So with that said, I'll now hand over to Will to talk us through our Copilot control system updates.
Amazing. Thanks, Lee. I actually had a chance to speak with Lee yesterday. He demoed the researcher agent for me. And I think one of the biggest takeaways for me was just observing how much better quality of an output researcher gave than if you were to try to do a lot of the similar things with standard Copilot. It just comes to show, how much Microsoft is investing into this agent's direction and how much more value you can get from this by having a very curated use case or custom tailored agent to be able to serve that specific niche and be really, really good at it. So yeah, with that being said, I think it's a good segue to talk about the Copilot control system. Microsoft, again, they're investing heavily into agents and supporting the creation of them, right? You can imagine you're only going to want to create more and more agents to serve these specific niche tasks. And when we think about that, we have to think about the governance side of it as well. We want people and we want really good high business value delivering agents, but we have to make sure that there is some governance and some maintenance applied to those as well. So what's coming? The Copilot control system, Microsoft they really want to provide a way to secure, manage, and measure different things around Copilot and agents, right? So apps and agents in Microsoft Purview Data Security Posture Management, or DSPM, for AI. A lot more reports on agent usage, on message consumption, agent reports to be able to view, what kind of policies are applied, be able to create policies directly from that interface to, cover any gaps within, the agent policies. Updates to the agent inventory management layout, more on agent management, and shared agent inventory management. So these are some of the things that we'll be talking about in the coming slides. And again, so jumping into DSPM, right? Apps and agents and DSPM for AI. Really, the key benefits here are being able to get some advanced insights relating to potential coverage gaps like alerts for risky agent interactions. You can see if the agent has received prompts containing sensitive data or any risky information, controlling inappropriate use of AI agents, right? Detecting any inappropriate or unethical use of the agent. And I think last but not least, the blocking sensitive data from AI agent processing. This is definitely an important one. You want to make sure that there's no data leakage or any, you want to mitigate all the risks pertaining to data security in that sense of, with this, you can display the confidentiality level of the data that the agent is interacting with. You can provide an option to block certain levels from being accessed by the agent so that you can rest assured from an IT admin perspective that, those DLP policies are in place to make sure to mitigate any potential risk of data leakage. Message consumption report. Again, this is just additional visibility into the total messages that have been consumed, the cumulative and daily time series. So being able to track, when messaging might be at a higher level than others, most likely during work hours, right? User and agent level details. So again, just more advanced insight into what kind of messages are being sent by the user, sent by the agent, and just being able to get a lower level granular look at all of those insights. Agent usage report. So this gives you, again, more additional reports. A total active users, you can categorize it by, different folks who are licensed and not. Total active users and active agents by publishers, agent and user level details. So really, again, Microsoft is offering more ability to filter, sort, and just, again, more advanced analytics to help you determine, what does ROI from using AI look like and be able to track against those a little bit more effectively. So the new Copilot Studio agent report, I think this is what I meant to, a great segue I meant from the last slide, tracking different KPIs that might be more specific to your organization. So starting in June 2025, it's expected that the report will include customizable business impact metrics, right? So really tailoring this dashboard to be able to track what's important to that organization. Obviously, Copilot is used differently at each organization and even within each department, right? So really being able to tailor these reports and these dashboards to track ROI a little bit more effectively, as I said. Some good use cases examples are reduction in ticket creation by support agents, unlocking bigger opportunities by sales agents, the amount of hours that maybe the agent has estimated to have saved. Really, again, the focus here is to provide organizations with a higher ability to track ROI against their investment. Agent inventory management. Again, this is just another way to be able to look at the agents and connectors that are in place. Again, just being able to make it a little bit easier for IT administrators to view all of this stuff at a high level without having to drill into each agent and manage it that way. So a high level overview is always a plus. Agent management, again, just some more configurations here where you can update and make changes to the list of users that are approved to create and use agents. You can manage this using groups, Microsoft groups, by individual users, right? Very similar to a lot of the other Microsoft sharing stuff as if it were in SharePoint or whatnot. Similarly, you can also see any users that haven't been approved to use your team's agents. So if you want to block the usage of agents or the creation of, this is all managed. This all can be managed within the agent management section here. Shared agent inventory management. So admins can view, again, different reports on which agents are blocked. You can export some of the reports that I mentioned in the previous slides, specifically around agents and connectors to CSV, manage them via PowerShell, Again, I think Microsoft, as they invest more and more into agents, will see more and more things like this, more IT administrative functionalities and capabilities to make IT admin a little bit easier. Okay, that wraps up the updates for the month of May, and then we're going to be talking about what's on the roadmap. So Copilot for M365, the public roadmap. This is all current as of May 7th, I believe. But an overview of Copilot changes, right? Admins can now review a comprehensive list of changes and updates across various applications. The Copilot release notes are a great way to get up to date on that. Microsoft always are right, making changes, renaming things, and they are listening to some of the user feedback, right? So it's important to consider that in the whole grand scheme of things, that Microsoft are making feedback-driven improvements, and we can expect to see more of those on the roadmap and throughout these monthly updates. So the public roadmap, this is a list of sort of what's been changed within the last month. Again, we've highlighted and read some of the things that we think are important to look out for. So launched, AI Administrator will be able to manage Microsoft Copilot dashboard settings. Right, AI Administrator is a relatively new role. We're only going to see more and more of this, right, as Microsoft continue to invest in the AI landscape and pushing towards Copilot and agents especially. We're going to have more IT administrative functionality, and that correlates with the new roles that are in place and making sure that access and permissions are delegated appropriately. Rolling out soon is Microsoft Teams Translated Intelligent Meeting Recap for multilingual meetings. This is a Copilot and Teams premium license capability, but again, I think this could potentially serve as a very useful tool for some global organizations, right? The ability to have live, intelligent, translated meeting recaps it just kind of makes it easier to work across the language barrier, if you will. New items that are in development: admin control to disable file upload and Copilot chat. Different agents that are coming out, skills agents, right? Again, Microsoft is only going to invest more and more in them. It's important to, I guess, recognize that and see where we can deliver value, not only for the customers that we work with, but also ourselves. Right, there's nothing stopping us from creating agents to help us with our work and to help out a little bit there in terms of being more efficient with the way that we work. In development, so adding multiple SharePoint agents in a single Teams conversation. Copilot uses enterprise assets hosted on SharePoint OAL. And then SharePoint agents in Teams channels. So SharePoint agents are a slightly different from Copilot agents, but both are still agents, and it'll be interesting to see what they look like. The user experience will be like in Teams channels. So those are that's a quick summary of the public roadmap. Some of the changes that we're looking forward to. Again, I believe these will be shared out. Each of these are links. So if you want to take some time to read more about some of these changes that are listed on the public roadmap, definitely take the time to do so. With that being said, I'm going to hand it back over to Kellen for a close.
Yeah, thanks so much, Will. I really appreciate it. Just wanted to pop into the Q&A to see if we had any questions, or pause here to see if anybody wanted to drop anything in there. If not, I would like to call out that it is Lee's last newsroom with us, and we really appreciate all of the amazing knowledge and guidance that he has provided throughout his time with us. He's going to continue his journey elsewhere. So thank you, Lee, so much for all of your guidance and help.
I thought I was going to get away with it.
I know
Thank
it.
you very much.
I know it.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's been a blast. I've
really-
really enjoyed these sessions over the last several months.
Yeah, definitely. But if there are no questions, we can go ahead and lead out. Please stay tuned for our next session coming up in June, where it will be myself, Will, Alex, and potentially Sharon guiding us through the Copilot updates for June. So thank you
I will
so
see you in the
much.
chat.
Yes, yes. We said that he will be there in the chat. But thank you all so much for your support. We look forward to seeing you next month.